Hey, this is Iron Wolf Isaac.
And Emily.
And these two games are representing DK King Swing and Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. Or in Europe, for some reason, it's Donkey Kong Jet Race. Okay. First, talking about King Swing. What's your opinion that it still respects the legacy of Rare and uses some of the other Kongs like Candy Kong, um, Wrinkly Kong, and Dixie.
That's cool.
What's your opinion that they still used the Gremlings at this point and Cruel?
Good. Since those characters are kind of crucial to the storyline of the series.
Okay, so King Swing adopts gameplay style from an old NES game called Cuckoo Land. They had pegs and stuff you could grab onto, and that you can even unlock that character that's in that game in this game for something interesting. Um, what's your opinion of the soundtrack to this game?
What are the main sounds of this soundtrack?
Not sure, but I know that it does have good songs like Contraption Cave and Banana Bungalow. The King Cruiser 3 sound good too. Cruel's theme is pretty good for its final boss. theme. What's your opinion on the storyline for this game that's um, stealing, Cruel stealing the Jungle Jam medals that were gonna be used for a contest?
That's fun. For I mean, I get that some people might call that lame, but I mean, if the people are looking for some extravagant plot, then I understand. But if looking for something more original, kind of like something they did in the Donkey Kong Country show, some people also say it's bad for some reason. Um, the this concept is still cool. So I wouldn't go out of my way completely judging it without playing it first.
And people say that the country show is lame because they say the animation looks hideous and the songs are cringe.
For that though, I wouldn't want to do without the Donkey Kong Country show because there's lots of classic moments in it and awesome. Sure, the um type of art style for the characters could be weird, but I more think that it actually fits some of the vibes of the show and is unique and makes it more interesting.
I think that um, yeah, I think that the animation's cool. I think it was the first ever a- animated show to use stop motion animation. It's the Actually, I mean motion capture, not stop motion. And it's back in the 90s when 3D animation was early, so it shouldn't get farted on as much
You can judge so harshly.
since it was a new thing, newer thing for 3D animation at the time. Anyway, so for DK Jungle Climber, I first heard about this game through an advertisement booklet that came with, or pamphlet that came with New Super Mario Bros. And I thought, since I enjoyed playing some of the old Donkey Kong games on that Donkey Kong Country Game Boy Color, and might have had Land 2 at that point. Well, I wanted a new Donkey Kong game, so I wanted to try it out. And this game, um, I think it is more polished for the controls from what I've seen for the peg board climbing. And it has some unique things to do with the pegs. And I think that it's unique in general for both of these games that you use the left and right bumpers to control Donkey Kong. In this game, they went back to a style that looks more like the country games for 3D looking. What's your opinion that they abandoned the Mario animation style that they did in King of Swing?
I mean, I think that King of Swing style is cool. I am glad though they did something unique for each game. So I wouldn't liked it as much probably if it was in the Mario like style for this game, considering the type of feelings of the funness and this game.
This game still has some of the other Kongs like Wrinkly, Candy Kong, and she does mini games in this game. And you also got Funky. For the villains, you got the Zingers are in this game. The regular critters. And you got Cruel. This is his last, actually, no, it's not his last, since, hmm. um, okay, so, it was looked up, and, Jungle Climber came out after Battle West, so, um, what's your opinion that this is the last Donkey Kong game that had Cruel in it? Or, yeah, until, uh, finally Bonanza.
Wait a minute. Is Sluggers after this though?
Well, this is, well, Sluggers is not a Donkey Kong game, so that's his last appearance in a game. His last appearance was in Sluggers, and then he returned in Smash Ultimate. But what's your opinion that it wasn't until Bonanza that he finally returned in a Donkey Kong game?
Wow, that's definitely a long time. It's cool that either way, no matter how long it took, we got Cruel back in the Donkey Kong game.
What's your opinion of the banana guy in this game?
So underrated, so interesting, and it would be cool to eventually see, if possible, back in the game, or at least it would be funny if he was in Smash. Others, for the whatever the next Smash Brothers game is.
What's your opinion that he's a banana alien?
Cool.
What
really made use of the unique type of banana characters things.
what's your opinion that Gruul stole some uh, warp thing that he uses to take over the world, and he has the King Cruiser 4 in this game, and he also takes over or tries to take over the banana planet, and then you have the final boss.
Awesome. Epic. In its own different little way.
What's your opinion that some people might say that uh, aliens taking over is lame?
Okay, if it's lame, then why do so many people like to watch things for the sci-fi or type of alien stuff? uh, yeah. No, it's not lame. Just because it has aliens in it or whatever. Alien. It's it. That type of genre or idea of the alien thing being in it. It could be taken so many ways for how the alien type of thing look or be. So
Um, what's your opinion of the soundtrack to Jungle?
really underrated. There's not very many songs on the soundtrack that I dislike.
I'd say it really takes advantage of the DS sound hardware, and I'd say it's one of the best sounding games for the DS. Hmm. I'd say that this game is probably one of the most underrated games. Um,
Especially since some people hate it for some reason. Oh, they hate it just because they dislike or King of Swing or something.
um,
No, it might have been the other way.
they think the controls are weird or can't learn the controls. That's really fun when you know how to use the controls. Okay, so we also have Donkey Kong Barrel Blast, which was originally going to be for the GameCube and called Bongo Blast. Now it's called Barrel Blast and Donkey Kong Jet Race for some reason in Europe.
Oh, this game is so cringe.
Okay. This is a contender for worst Donkey Kong game ever. And I'd probably say that or I would say that this doesn't include the arcade Donkey Kong games because Donkey Kong Junior Math probably is the worst Donkey Kong game. But we're talking about the games with Donkey Kong the Third, which was created by Rare. And this game is probably a contender for one of the worst. What's your opinion that it's maybe one of the worst when it's developed by Paon?
Like, how did they even manage to go from doing something so, like, unique and fun to childish and kind of, yeah, it's
Um, this game also has the um, Crumlings in it and Cruel. It has Tiny and Lanky, and it has the big version of Tiny, anyways. Since I think Diddy Kong Racing DS came out that year too. And speaking of Diddy Kong Racing, one reason people hate this game is that it's a racing game like Diddy Kong Racing, but it kind of farts. And the controls suck in this game for the Wii Motion Waggle.
Like, they couldn't have thrown any more of a wrench in this game for it kind of being difficult and annoying.
Yep. It's either this game that's the worst or um, Donkey Konga 2 that I mentioned in the uh, Bongo era video I made. Since that uses edgy, cringe songs like um, TLC cover, Pink cover, Britney Spears.
Mr. Bombastic.
Yeah, Mr. Boombastic is in that game. All Star is also. Bad version.
Oh.
Not sure which game is worse, but I'd say it sucks more that uh, this game sucked since I think it stopped uh, Nintendo from wanting to use Paon to develop a Donkey Kong game. Would you say that Jungle Climber is the best game that they made based on what you've heard?
Yeah, by like being the one game that I've physically played out of these games.
How is the Paon era compared to the Retro Studios era?
Actually,
Return.
pretty decent compared to taking away what part of what makes the series so great.
Say Jungle Climbers definitely better game than Returns in my opinion. And people probably wouldn't agree with that. That Jungle Climber is better than Returns.
Sadly.
Um, which developer do you think is better? Or is that too hard? Because there is tropical freeze. For
Maybe that's too hard.
Is this the most underrated era, though?
Yep.
And that's what we have to say about these games. So, hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a good day, and I hope you have a blessed day. Signing out.